Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to plant some Blue Grama grass. This Blue Grama is a native grass. It's a prairie grass, but it's a short prairie grass. And I want the shorter prairie grasses right near the buildings because when I burn them, I don't want a huge fire. We just built this building last year. It's still not even done. I still got a lot of work to do on the outside and inside. But any grass that's growing here is stuff that was already in the soil. This soil was pushed over the side of the hill. None of this was here last year, but there was a lot of grass growing here. So what I did is killed all of this grass. I went through in 2 separate sprays. I did one yesterday, which you can see right there, and the stuff down there I killed back, it was probably 2-3 days ago. And my plan is to take the rake and scratch up the top part of this all the way around the corner here and hopefully all the way to the end. We'll see how far I can make my seed go. I have a 1/4 pound. I'm going to mix that with sand and hopefully it goes pretty far. The plan is to get that grass growing here, and any seed that it makes is going to seed down further. The seed will wash downhill and eventually it'll spread to the whole area, and I'll be collecting seed and moving it to other areas as well. But getting your seed in a higher area like this is a good way to have a smaller amount of seed go much further. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to start raking on this. This is going to be extra hard because I'm going to have to bend over downhill. I could do it from down there, but then you're balancing on the side of the hill. I think I'm going to do a little bit of each though. So I'm going to start over there, rake my way down to the end, and then I'll go down to the bottom, especially in this area, do some raking down there, and I have a little hand rake as well. Then I'm going to mix the seed with sand, and we'll start broadcasting it. Oh, so far so good. I was expecting this to be like the orchard, and the orchard was just solid clay and incredibly hard to rake. Yeah, I'll leave this stuff for raking from down there. I'm going to end up losing some of this soil to the rain, but that's okay. I'm going to broadcast these seeds not only into the dirt, but also into the gravel here. They'll grow right through the gravel and into the dirt below. Okay, that's going to work out pretty good. Like I said, the areas that are like solid gravel like that, I'm just tossing seed right on top of it, and when I come back over this with a rake, I'll scratch it a little bit. You just want to get firm contact with the ground, and it actually doesn't matter if it's ground or gravel. It'll send out roots, and the roots will go right through the gravel into the ground. So I think I'm good for up here. What I'm going to do now, I don't know if I should take the same rake, probably a combination, but in this area right here, I think the little hand rake will do better than the big rake. All right, I want to get this area completely covered with the Blue Grama, like around the corner up to the tree, and then anything after that, it really doesn't matter. I don't have all that much seed. I just want to get the Blue Grama started, and I'll collect seed from the stuff I got growing here and distribute it elsewhere, like I said before. Okay, let's get working on this right here. All right, while I was raking this, I started thinking, once I get all this wood cleared out of here, I think, see, I got to right here. Once I get all this stuff out of here, I think I'm going to plant more along the bottom area here. I don't want to let that go for another year. And I have until like mid-June to get this planted. This is a warm season grass, so it'll do really good whether it's planted now or in a couple weeks. And a couple weeks from now, I should have all this stuff out of here. I don't want to try to plant in between all this stuff, and then I'll have to come in here with a chainsaw to get this out of here, and I'll trample all over it. So I got to right here. I'm going to get all of this planted and all the way along the top, right to the back of the building. That's where I stopped. And then I'll have to buy more seed. This stuff is really expensive. It's like $200 a pound. I have a quarter pound, and I think I'll get another quarter pound. That's like $50, and do the rest of it here with that. Okay, that's a plan. All right, now I'm going to mix the seed with some sand and distribute it as evenly as I can. I'm going to even toss some right into this dead and dying grass, and hopefully some of it will start growing in there. But the stuff that's on this loose soil, that's going to have a better chance. Hopefully I get a bunch of it growing. This, like I said, it's expensive grass, and I don't want any of this other grass growing here. I want native grasses, and I want short native grasses growing here. All right. Dump some of this sand into there. Then I'll mix about half of the seed into this half, and then add the second half. But that seed just disappears into the sand. This is the only way you're going to evenly distribute the seeds. And you really should mix this up really well. A little more sand, a little more seed. At some point, the whole area is going to naturalize. The warm season grasses will take over once I start burning every year, because the burn itself is not going to kill the warm season grasses, but it will kill the cool season grasses eventually. Might not kill them 100% the first time, but after a few burns, the cool season grasses will die back. Get a look at that. It looks a lot like Kentucky bluegrass, except it's kind of fuzzy. Kentucky bluegrass is kind of a hard seed, but it's about the same size. And with this mixture here, what I'll do is start at one end and I'll spread this thinly on the entire area and then keep going back and forth until all this sand is gone. That way I should have a real nice even distribution. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to save a little bit of this back. I want to plant some of this in a pot so that I can identify it. It's real hard to identify grasses when they first come up. They all basically look the same, but there's slight little differences. And if you have some growing in a pot and you know that that's the only thing growing in that pot, it'll help you to identify it so you don't mistakenly go back and kill it or something. All right, we should be good to go. All right, yeah, this is kind of heavy. Let's lighten the load a little bit. Yeah, if you were to do this with just the bag of seeds, you'd be out of seeds right around the corner there, and you would have a whole ton of stuff that's not seeded. This way, I'm actually throwing out a whole bunch of seeds, but spreading them out a lot better. Like I said, I'm going to get this in the gravel, get this all over the place. All of this stuff that was growing here, none of it was planted. It all just grew naturally. Either there was seed in the ground that was moved over here, or clumps of grass itself. Yeah, we got a decent little wind coming through here. It'd be interesting to see how far this seed goes. I got a whole lot of area that I need to get seeded. And this stuff doesn't have to be growing like a turf. Eventually it'll fill in, Yeah, I can see plenty of seed in the bucket with every handful, so I know I'm getting a bunch of seed in here. And we have rain tomorrow and the day after, and then rain again next week. I have, I believe, 3 or 4 more sets of seeds to plant, but this and the buffalo grass are the majority of the seed, and I won't be planting the buffalo grass until mid-June. If any of this seed washes down into there and grows, all the better. Alright, I'm going to go down there and get that seeded and then come back up here. Get this in all the cracks and crevices. Get it in the old dead grass. Yeah, a good amount of this is going to wash down into there, but I don't know how much of it'll grow. Any of it that grows is a good thing, though. My camera is a GoPro Hero 10, and I've had nothing but problems with it since it was new. I actually had it replaced, and this new one is doing the same thing. It shuts off all the time, it overheats, it stops communicating with the audio, and it records real crappy audio once in a while. Hopefully it's not doing it right now. It's just a terrible camera. So if you're in the market for action camera, do not by any means get the GoPro Hero 10. It's just crap. Since I was seeding right there, the camera has turned off, I think 10 times now. It just turned off, and I just keep turning it back on and keep going. What a piece of junk. Okay, I'm going to start back over there and make another pass. Okay, all done with the seed. Get down here. Should be able to see seed everywhere you look, and I can see it. It's not like tons of seed everywhere you look, but there is seed everywhere you look. Like in that little spot, there's at least 10 seeds. Let's take a look in another area. Yeah. Yep, good amount of seeds. Now I got to get back in here and real lightly rake, and then I think I'll water this just a bit, and that should be it. Okay, all done. Yeah, it's really hard seeding on the side of a hill like this, especially when you have all these rocks. But at least there's some places with little ledges, and hopefully the seed won't wash out of that. I'm afraid a lot of the seed might wash away. Depending on the rain, I would like to get this stuff out of here as soon as possible. I think there's going to be like a day and a half of rain midweek, and then I need a couple days of dry weather. Let this area dry out. I can't work back here in the mud, especially in this stuff. A couple days of dry weather, and I can get back in here. I can get the majority of this stuff cleared out in one day, and probably that stuff in another day. I don't think I can get all this done in, well, I could probably get it all done in one day, but it'd be a long day. Okay, just a light sprinkle. I don't want to wash everything away, but I don't want the soil to be like super dry when it starts raining, because then it'll surely wash away. Make sure to get the gravel at the top as well, because there's seed in there. Yeah, this is working out real nice. Camera isn't though. Camera's shut off a couple times since I started watering. Just a really, really bad camera. GoPro Hero 10 black. Do not get one. Alright, I still have a ton of work to do today. I gotta get all my outdoor stuff done before it starts raining, and I get stopped by that. I have a couple more native grasses to plant. I think I have 3, something like that, including the buffalo grass, but that's gonna be a while. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.